All right, now we're gonna talk to Gigi. She's gonna give us a little bit of tips. This is more of like just a leg day routine. Just one of her favorite exercises she does. We're gonna do it on the hack squat. The cool thing about the hack squat is it's adjustable. So it goes up and down. I can basically go here and I can pump it this way and make it come down, or I can switch it and basically make it go up. So she's got it on the settings she wants. So take over, go ahead. What do you think? What do you got for us?
All right, so for the hack squat, I used to have the hardest time feeling my quads in the hack squat, especially. The one thing that really changed it for me was the foot positioning on the hack squat, and also wearing weightlifting shoes heel elevated, because I do have a flatter foot, so it's harder to get my knee in front of my toe. But my favorite thing about this hack squat too is the fact that you can adjust. So when we're doing a quad bias hack squat, we're gonna focus on a lower foot positioning. I also slightly point my toes out because it does help the knee align with the toe. So when I'm first setting up, I just get situated and then I push up. And then slowly I go down, keeping my back flat on the pad. You don't want your heels to raise when you're doing this, so you do just need to find a comfortable foot positioning to where your foot is flat. And so from there, that's how I kind of find my placement for the hack squat, and then I just do my normal sets.
How far down are you coming?
I'm coming all the way down. I want to get my hamstring to my calf. What I also do, since I am shorter, is, oh yeah, right here. I'll put these yoga pads on my shoulders to get more range of motion on the bottom. This is also adjustable down here, so that can help for range of motion as well.
Okay, I have another question for you. So how slow are you going down on the eccentric? Or is it like quick, fast,
Very
slow?
good question. So tempo's the biggest thing when it came for growing my quads. And I go very, very slow to the bottom. I do a 2-second pause at the bottom to really feel it and lose momentum so that the weight's all in my quads. And then I push up a little bit faster than how I'm going down. But I find this the best because it also is better on your knee joints as well. And you can go lighter in weight and get the same benefit for hypertrophy. So.
Awesome. Perfect. That's awesome. This one is a tough exercise, though. I'm not gonna lie. You gotta really.
You're
have some
humbled.
grit. You're humbled.
You're humbled by
sure.
it for sure.
Thank you so much.
Of
Appreciate
course.
You. All right, perfect, guys. And now we're gonna talk to Ayana, and she's gonna go over some stuff, a leg day for her as well. So she's gonna show us something on the belt squat, shark pit. I don't know what you want to call this thing. There's so many different names, but she's gonna give us some tips, tricks, and yeah, here we go.
All right, this is one of my favorite exercises because it engages my glutes a lot. I do these wide stance. Yeah, pretty straightforward. It can get really, really painful. Well, it's a good burn once you add more weight, but yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Where do you feel this mostly, would you say?
In my glutes, because I do it in a wide stance. I kind of, you'll see I widen my stance and my legs so that I feel it more in my glutes. You could definitely do this quad base too, but my focus today is glutes, so.
Cool.
All right. It's an intimidating machine at first just because it's so like confusing, but.
Yeah, learning it, I've seen people, I've gotten stuck on the bottom of that thing before, so.
Yeah, but it's straightforward once you figure it out. All right.
Cool.
All right. Oh wait, I need the thing right here.
I was gonna say, you're
I
gonna
know,
need
I
some
was like-
hands. Where's it at? It's this
Right
right,
there,
here,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
I was like,
I was
oh,
literally
I'm
gonna
gonna
be like, are you doing it with no hands?
No, definitely not.
Is that good or
Yeah.
a little? Okay.
A little lower, maybe.
Can you do this machine with our hands after we
You could, technically,
You
yeah, you
could,
could.
yeah,
Yeah,
but-
definitely.
Can you lower it just a little bit?
Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go.
Okie dokie, let's go. This also allows you to get a lot of depth because you have this here, and you can really just focus on engaging your glutes.
So I'm noticing you're really sitting super far back, right? Your knees
Yeah.
aren't even really coming forward at all. So most of the time, you know, there's not a lot of knee flexion most of the time, a lot of times, it's quad focused, your knees are kind of coming forward.
Yeah.
But you're sitting all the way back, just right under your glutes.
Yeah, I'm just totally like mind muscle connection with my glutes the entire time.
So is leg day your favorite day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely my aesthetic goal to get bigger glutes and legs. I know a lot of people are like, what's your upper body routine? But I do work upper body. It's just not like,
All the time.
yeah, not my main thing.
How far do your legs go far apart? Are they past shoulder?
I'd say they're about shoulder length. The main thing is me pointing my toes outwards.
Yeah, I've seen this done so many different ways, but never really with your feet out that wide and you sitting back that far, right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. So I got a couple questions for you. First one is, if you were just getting started in the gym, which, you know, a lot of people in January, they're getting started, what are some tips that you would give them as far as like on a leg day? Like, what do you eat? Like, just some general tips that you could give somebody.
I just say the main thing is nutrition, eating your body weight in protein, which basically means like if you weigh 115 pounds, you're eating 115 grams of protein. Stick to your macros, get a macro calculator online, super easy, count your calories, you know, get MyFitnessPal app. It's easy, just anything you need to do, make sure that you're getting in your nutrition, because you can hit legs 3 times a week, hit arms twice a week, you're not gonna grow unless you're getting your nutrition in. And
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
that's one thing I struggle with a lot. It's really, really hard, but it's just as important as what you do in the gym. As far as exercises, I mean, I hit legs twice a week. You're not supposed to overdo it. Do not hit legs every single day. I do glutes twice a week max, and then I do quads just because I'm really just focused on growing my quads this year. Don't neglect upper body, even if it's just like a Pilates workout, body weight workouts. Your upper body strength is important. Even if that's not your aesthetic goal, just having upper body strength is important.
Yeah, for sure. I
and
would say
yeah.
that the thing she was talking about macros, like that's how I started out. I didn't know anything about nutrition. Now I do. I coach. You know, I'm a pro, and I know a lot about nutrition. But when I first started out, it was always like hit your protein numbers, right? Hit your goals. Just understand like every day you should wake up with the goal of hitting your at least your protein numbers to start off. Then you can start figuring out, you know, your carbs and your fats and then where you want your calories and things like that. But if you want to put on muscle, like you need to have the right nutrition. You need to be eating the right amount of protein.
Definitely.
So my next question is like trying to get that protein in. Are you getting a lot of it from shakes? Like what? Like a lot of girls struggle. They're like, oh my God, 115 grams of protein. That's so much. Like,
Yeah.
how do I get that in?
I try to supplement my nutrition with whole foods. I try to stay away from like doing a shake in the morning, shake in the afternoon. Like I will have a Fairlife drink once a day just if I need to get that extra 30 grams in. But I'm having like egg whites and turkey bacon in the morning, steak, salad for lunch, and then chicken and rice for dinner. Or if you are okay with eating the same thing every day,
Yeah.
like chicken and rice for lunch, chicken and rice for dinner, like it's pretty simple. Just protein, carb, mix of fruits and veggies. It's simple, especially if you're 115 pounds. Like
Yeah.
that's a low amount of protein. Like
Yeah,
you
it's
can
not
hit that
very
by
much.
lunch.
Yeah, no, for sure. 115 pounds is not very much. Some people get that in a meal. But it's good that you know that nutrition is the most important part.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people come in here and they work out and they kill themselves. And then they go home and then don't put the right food in their
Yeah,
body.
you have some Fruit Loops, like you're not gonna grow.
Yeah, you're not growing on Fruit Loops, right? So I think, and also like you just, I just think understanding that nutrition is by far the most important part
Yeah.
of it all. It's like if I come in the gym and I'm not eating a lot that day, I already know I'm wasting everything I'm doing in the gym is a waste.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go home and I wasted everything that I did at the gym. So you just have to really, really make sure that you're getting the right nutrition. And that if you need a coach, cool. If you need the app, you know, MyFitnessPal, use that. But no matter what, especially coming into this New Year's, if you don't take your nutrition serious, that's something you need to take serious because you're not going to grow if that's your goal, and you're not going to lose body fat if that's your goal. Cool. So I think that was like kind of basically all the questions I had. So appreciate you. Thank you
course.
for everything. Cool.
I'm doing RDLs. It's one of my main compound movements. It's really tricky for a lot of people because a lot of people feel it in their back, but I just kind of think of it as like a hinge movement, like I'm pushing a door with my butt. You just kind of have to push your butt out, basically, is what I think about when I'm doing it. I use straps because my grip strength is really crappy and embarrassing. Don't make fun of me. I'm a girl. Not that, whatever, just forget, whatever. Okay. As far as I feel the stretch, like I don't want to overdo it. When I feel the stretch is when I go back up. Like basically like the end point is how far my butt can push out. I don't want to overdo it because then I'm arcing and hurting my back.
So this is a very feel exercise, right? It's
Yeah.
one of those exercises that it's different for everybody, right? But
Yeah.
it's more of a feel than anything else.
As long as you're keeping your spine neutral, that's what you're trying to worry about, because if your spine's like this, then you're hurting your lower back. But yeah, that was my last set. So
Cool.